Hello everyone, I'm Kaszanas. I'm here with Jumpy, coach for Fnatic team. Okay, so what would you say about physical activity for esports players? Is it important?
I think it's like I don't think you need to have to go to gym, but I think you need to have some kind of activity just to like you need to have your blood flowing better and everything like that. Be more like active in your head, and I think you can just like do power walks or go out running. You don't need to lift weights to maybe be better at Counter-Strike, but I think you need to do something to just get your body moving.
What's your opinion on dieting, on maybe managing your own habits when it comes to eating? Do you have some policy about that in your team?
We don't have any policy about it. I think every every player knows like it maybe can benefit you if you eat good, but it's also kind of hard when you're out and travel so much to get like the proper food you need. But I think most of the players think about it when they're at home, like eating like the vegetables and stuff like that. But still, yeah, we don't have any regulation about it.
I think there is a certain stereotype for esports that it's not yet fully a sport, but what do you think about having a sports psychologist to help the players play better?
I think it's a good idea. Even if you don't think it's a sport, because it's not as physical as other sports, it's a sport in a way. You can call it esport or whatever, but it's still like the same mental strength you need because you're under a lot of pressure. Like you're playing in a big crowd, big arenas, and in front of like a lot of people watching at home, so you need to have like a good mental fortitude to like be able to win the big games.
Do you think there is a certain stages when trying to become a professional player in CS:GO?
So I don't know. I think like you have I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 stages. First, you maybe are your casual gamer. Then you starting to be like kind of good in playing some kind of serious, but not in a team. Then you start in a team and you're starting to play like serious and practice against other teams. And when you get better, you just climb up the ladder and face like better teams, I think.
What would be the most important aspect of game for you if it comes to training?
Do you mean like on the server,
Yeah, I mean
in game. Okay. For me, it's like practice against other teams. Like it's the most you get the most out of it because you train your aim, reflexes, and the team play, and like how to think CS. So I think that's the perfect way to train. But you can also complement that with like deathmatch and bots and whatever, just to like get your aim even more on point.
before the big tournaments, would you say that the players should play more or they should stop playing a little bit so they will be fresh for the tournament?
For me, I think it's more important to play more before a tournament. Then after the tournament, then you can relax and you're fresh and then focus for the next one. But before tournaments, I would like my players to play a lot and be on point so they feel confident. Because I feel like the more you play, the more confident you're gonna be, and confidence is a big factor when it comes to CS.
Could you describe a normal day when it comes to training in Fnatic team?
So yeah, most of us like train at home, so we live at home and we train from home. So we maybe meet up with the team around 12, go like through maybe some tactical stuff for an hour. Then we practice against other teams for 3 hours. Then we have a lunch or dinner break, and then we have 3 more practice against other top teams. And before tournaments, we maybe like gather up and have a boot camp where we all like go to the same place and practice together and like be more together like a group.
How do you cope with jet lag and changing the time zones constantly when it comes to tournaments? Do you prepare beforehand for that? Do you come to the certain place where the tournament is going to be played a little before it happens?
We usually just arrive like a few days before, but usually it is. We live here in Europe, so every Euro tournament is pretty easy. And when we go to the US, the jet lag is not that bad because like you fall asleep earlier and you go up earlier. But the problem is when you get home from the tournament, then the jet lag is starting kicking in. But then we don't have like any big tournaments coming up, so it's easier to handle when you go at home for tournaments.
Esports is constantly growing, so would you have any kind of sentence for the fresh players, for people that would like to start their adventure with esports and becoming a professional player?
I would just say like look at the top players and just try to learn and just be dedicated and motivated to just keep grinding and becoming better.
Thank you very much, guys. I was here today with Jumpy, the coach for Fnatic team, and I hope you will watch next interviews. Thank you very much.